Yo, what's going on, guys? Achilles here, and this is going to be the final Xbox 360 gameplay that I upload to this channel, in quotes, on this channel. You may see a couple in the future, but for the most part, this is going to be the last 360 gameplay that I upload. It was just a gameplay from my live stream a couple hours ago, or this morning, or whatever. And I was just on a 215b craze this morning. I don't know what I was doing. But I was playing the shit out of this tank, and I thoroughly enjoy this tank. I don't know if you guys actually watch my 215b review, but this is probably one of my favorite tanks in the game. I mean, I don't know, I can't really say that I have a favorite tank in the game, even though I've stated that I do. You know, I'm just kind of in the mood for different stuff at different times, so there's never really like a core tank I can go back to, you know, no matter what, and still enjoy it 99% of the time. You know, I haven't really been playing like the bat chat as much as I usually do, or like the 50B as much. I've been kind of sticking to the 215B. You know, I shouldn't say that about the 50B. I should say that about the bat chat. But I haven't been playing the bat chat as much. I've been playing the 215B a lot lately. I've just I fell in love with this gun all over again, even though I never didn't love it. I just I kind of got tired of the shitty aim times and stuff with the French guns, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to spoil myself and go to something that's pretty much going to hit 99% of the time and I'm never going to miss. So this was just a really good game that I had on Cliff here. As you can see, is the encounter variant, and you can see right there, that's the 215B in a nutshell. Just kind of hit that guy's turret, snapshot on the move, right to the front, no problem. 215B can do that, lol. But as you can see in my consumable loadout, I'm actually not running a health kit. This morning I was on a craze to just shoot as fast as I could, and I ended up putting on the pudding and tea so that I get the extra 10% bonus to my crew. And you know, funny enough, my reload is 6.88 with this gun, with this ammo setup. I have the Gunner Rimmer, Brothers in Arms, Vents, and the Pudding and Tea. So 6.88. I'm shooting out 400 alpha, and you know, these medium tanks really did underestimate the sheer DPM of this gun. As you saw, I shot that T-54 right through the front of the turret. Just because, you know, some T-54 drivers and, you know, Russian/Chinese heavy or medium drivers kind of think that they're invincible since they have that good turret armor. But at Tier 9, the Tier 10 guns can pretty much punch right through the flat parts of those turrets, and they're not really that big of a deal. You could just see the dispersion on this gun. You know, it's almost non-existent for the most part. Like, even when I'm on the move, like full speed, it still doesn't matter. So, you know, the 215B, this is probably one of the most undervalued heavy tanks in the game. I feel that it is, just because people really underestimate the power of this tank in good hands. If you're someone who knows the weaknesses and the strengths of this tank, and you can, you know, implement that onto every single map, knowing where you can be useful on every single map, you know, you're really going to be cruising for a bruise and putting the enemy team in quite a stressful situation trying to deal with you. Because my key to success with the 215B is finding a place where you got some cover in between you, and as you can see, that Jaeger just got hammer-racked, ripped that guy. But you know, you always want to find a spot where you have some cover to cover your lower plate. If you can cover your lower plate, and you know, you've still got that wiggle room, you know, to move around it and you know, push up a little bit, get a little bit aggressive, but then when you need to, you can fall back. You know, that's always, it's just, the 215B is a very strong tank, A, if you have some help, and B, if you have some solid cover in between you, i.e., you know, like a hold down position or something like that. So, you know, I was getting really reckless with the 215B this morning, as I mentioned earlier, with the coffee and stuff, and I actually wasn't running a fire extinguisher until there were 2 games in a row where I got shot by an E4, and I got set on fire both times. And you know, I have firefighting trained, and I'm like, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I have firefighting trained, but then I took into account taking the 700 or the 850 average alpha plus the extra like 300-ish, 400-ish damage you take from the actual fire itself. You know, it's not really worth it when I can just put it out and only take maybe a quarter of what the actual fire would do to me. So I did some crew skill swapping, and I actually ended up swapping out firefighting for Jack of all trades. I don't know why I don't have it on here initially, just because this is the crew. This is my most experienced crew in the entire game. Duncan McQuarrie, I'll never forget his name. He's got like 19 crew skills, and you know, he's got all the essentials, and then you've got all the accessory ones that you can just kind of fool around with. And, you know, I've been screwing around with some of the new perks they've been giving us, and I really hope they do implement. I read somewhere that they're going to add one that allows you to carry more ammo. That would be absolutely fantastic with this tank. You know, because the 215b, I end up, as you can see, I only have 7 APCR shells here. And you're going to see what I was talking about right here. He's going to set me on fire. Had I not had a fire extinguisher there, he probably would have killed me. And then, you know, the teammate gets the kill. So, you know, fire extinguisher on this thing, it's kind of a good, it's a kind of essential if you're going to be exposing yourself like I was this game. If you're kind of going to be sitting back and sniping, excuse me, you're going to be sitting back and sniping, it's not really that big of an issue because you can cover up that lower plate and you have time to back off just because, you know, the shell travel time is a little bit longer. And you're not going to be able to, they're not going to be able to just instantaneously hit you. You have that, maybe that, like, 3/4 of a second to make a move when you see them shoot, or, you know, if they're shooting a heat round, you got even more time. So, you know, you've got that decision making there, as opposed to up close. You don't really have the decision to, you know, cover your lower plate or back into cover, or something along those lines. But, you know, I really didn't have any issues not running a med kit this morning. I mean, I only had maybe 2 crew members die out of the entire time. I probably played 30-40 games in this tank, dude. I was just on the grind with it this morning. And, you know, I really just enjoy the 215b. And, you know, I really hope they don't, like, I kind of want them to replace it just to get the Chieftain. But, you know, I kind of don't want them to replace it because I love how the 215b looks. I love how it plays. It fits my playstyle perfectly. It's pretty quick, has an extremely reliable gun. And, you know, it's got a ton of hit points. So, you know, you can be a team-oriented tank, and you can just, you know, soak up damage and stuff like that. But, you know, I feel like the 215b, when they actually replace it, it'll be good and it'll be bad. Because I don't know what they're going to actually do with the 215b. You know, they're going to make the 4202 into a premium tank, but they haven't really mentioned anything about the 215b. I think they might just scrap it just because it's a fictional tank. But, you know, I love my 215b, and I hope they don't do anything with it. Maybe they make it a premium or something like that, but that would be really cool. But, yeah, so this is pretty much the last gameplay. As you can see there, a healthy 7k damage, you know, putting on the backpack. But pretty much that's it for the Xbox 360, guys. Going to be having the Xbox One content tomorrow. And I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. And this has been Achilles, and I will catch you guys later.